Well. Look who fell in the well. We got people already giving comments. What's going on here? Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Hey, Steve, Ryan, how you doing? Yay, pin. I pinned the link. That's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, let's get this out of the way. Uh, I I work off of mistakes, and I learn from them sometimes. So, how's everybody doing? It's Friday. We ain't got shit to do. Super tips. I even got the super tips scrolling down the bottom. How about that? I saw that Shuli was doing that. I did Shuli's show this morning. Big shout out to Shuli, and I think his name is Zen. Good people. We had a fun time. Talked about some shit. Got up extra early, and see now I understand. I understand a little more as we go. Like we got this guy up here. Let's do it. Anthony Gentile 8968. I heard John's not doing his show today. I guess everybody knows that he hurt his arm. Everybody keeps asking me like if he was drunk, and he. Thank you very much. Icy Uno said I was great on Shuli's show today. I felt that was a little off. It was early morning, and they were just so funny together. I didn't want to. It's wrong that I fantasize about you donating money here. I don't know. Hide. Let's hide. No. There we go. Oh, did I? So I did Shuli show. I was off. They're just so funny, and I don't like interrupting people when they have a vibe. I was just happy to be there, and it's just always a pleasure doing Shuli show. We had a good time. I talked a little bit about John, but I don't think John. I try to start a little early, give John a little leeway to do his show. I don't. There's no sense in going head to head. It doesn't make any sense to me, so I don't do it. And we got a lot of people coming in. I appreciate it. Oh, we got Rob Saul's coming on. He should be coming on any time now. I was digging through. No, not hide you. I didn't want. I got to get it off the screen. I don't want to keep it on the screen the whole time. I'll put you up. Don't worry. I'm still figuring out the system, and it's sort of a little bit difficult for me for doing this myself. I'm my moderator, my super tips guy. I'm reading, I'm talking, I'm trying to think of everything. I found a pretty cool picture digging through some old stuff. I thought maybe I'd share it with you. This is everybody here. Let's see if we can get a better screen with this. No. Okay, that's going to be the best one. Or I can remove myself. That's Quivers of Life. It looks like the party. And it's me and your boy, stuttering John, Gary, Robin Quivers, Fred Norris, Ralph Rest His Soul Sorella, and Billy West. So, I got to figure out how to get a moderator because I can't be doing all this. Are you hunting spring turkey? The E-show was epic. You doing the reenactment of the cops almost arresting you. Fun fact, that is by far my favorite show, E-show, because it was the one time I wasn't completely made to look like a fool, but I'm in Vegas right now, and from what I understand, there is no spring turkey in Vegas. But spring turkey is my absolute favorite time to hunt. It is wild. If anybody has done that, you understand. It's a good time to go there, sort of just coming off their heat, so to speak. They're still trying to find a mate, get laid one more last time before it's too late. And the trick is you make female calls or an aggressive other male call. They want to either beat the shit out of you or fuck you. But that time I got arrested on the TV show, there were two of Doug Goodstein's friends, and that wasn't part of the plan. So when you look at me, when the guy tells me to get on my knees, you could actually see me look up at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I kind of look over to Doug, like, Doug, you going to let this guy do this? And I got to turn that off. And the guy, but it actually worked, if you remember that. I hunt in Sullivan County as well. I will be going back to New York at some point. I'd like to go back for Memorial Day weekend. And if I can get to the week before, I will definitely spend a lot of time in the woods. at my trailer that apparently Karmic is going to spray paint. I'll give you the address, bro. You want to come up there? It's not going to be good if you do decide to come up here. Somebody that I care about was listening to the show yesterday, and I was talking about the physical threats that he's opposed to me. Hey, thank you, everybody. Hi, Richard. Yeah, well, I'll try to get everybody. If you guys want to join on the super tips, I'll jump on that as well. But the guy physically, he says he's going to beat me up. Yeah, happy Friday, my buddy Oscar Electric. He said he's going to beat me up at Hackmania. I heard he was banned from Hackmania. Milton, apparently, I was told yesterday, Milton banned him from Hackmania because he doesn't like mentally unstable people there. I don't know. I can't take... the person who actually said that to me was someone I trust. There's a first super tip of the day. Thank you. Have you ever tasted your own batch? That I can say 100% has never happened. And it's not something I plan on doing either. That's just... I think if you suck your own dick, you're gay. Tasting your own batch is definitely something that I have never done, nor I will do, and I do perceive it as gay. So, but that's just me. But it's just not something I'm interested in, not even by accident. Anyway, so there's the cool picture I found today for you guys to check out. I was very, very, very young in that picture. Just something fun for you guys. Grillo, my homeboy, Brian Bernstein. What's up, fellow biker? What's up, B? I'll put you up here. Talking about Sullivan County, this man runs it. So, Bernstein. Yeah. Anthony Cumia is going to Hackmania, and I will definitely hook up with Anthony and have a good time. We've gone out a couple of times. Anthony's a lot of fun. So that was an anonymous asking me that super tip question. But I don't know what people have going on in their own minds. It's kind of crazy. I saw that Tiger Woods got into a car accident, and one thing I was kind of concerned about is the fact that, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. I'll tell Rob to come on because he's dating Vanessa Trump. This has nothing to do with politics, but he's dating Vanessa Trump. I don't know where she plays in the Trump family tree, but his granddaughter, I guess that's his granddaughter is Trump's granddaughter is Kai, and she's also a golfer, and I guess the mother is Vanessa. And just imagine, like, the most powerful man in the world who doesn't drink and frowns upon people drinking. And this guy has been driving around with his granddaughter, and Vanessa is not his daughter, so I don't know. I'm just thinking the amount of wrath that you must get if you get drunk driving. They weren't in the car, thank God. But imagine, I would, as a parent, I would think, this guy's driving around my granddaughter, and I don't know who Vanessa is. I don't know the family tree, the lineage that well, but this isn't a political thing. I'm just thinking there's someone, if you're going to get, if you're dating, or if you're in a relationship with someone whose granddaughter is the president of the United States, and he's kind of unstable, I would imagine that he would probably flip a switch, thinking that, and that could have been, his granddaughter in the car. Thank you for the Shuli comments. Thank you very much. So this guy wants, well, why do you care so much about not wanting to upset John? He's a man-child. Because I just don't want to. There's no reason for me to. And just leave it at that. Why can't you just let me have my decision? Why do you have to ask me questions like that? It was fun on Shuli. Those guys are really funny. Sometimes you just take a seat. You just let them. I just let them be funny. I wanted to jump in a couple of times, but it's three people stepping on each other, and I just sort of just backed off a little bit. But let's see. We got no more super tips. Where? I finally brought my truck in to get it fixed. My truck was blowing smoke like Uncle Buck. It was horrible. And it's been a month and a half because my guy who fixes my car, truck, whatever, he has parts in there that are under warranty that he has to get. If I bring it to somebody else, then I don't. The warranty's void, so he has to work on the car. I haven't owned a car since I was 18 years old when I moved into Manhattan to be on the Howard Stern show. And I lived in Manhattan ever since until now, where I'm in Vegas and you need a car. When you were on radio or something, I got a Tiger was a cheap tipper. Hunter said Tiger was a cheap tipper. Send Mr. Doodle the link. Flamingo. I don't know. Flamingo, what does that mean? Send Mr. Doodle the link. But yeah, luckily I have someone lending me their giant Cadillac Escalade. I'm going to be driving in style for the next couple of days. But have you seen Casey's? So I'm excited to drive home tonight. The Escalade is like riding in a white puffy cloud. I've driven it a couple of times, and it is just the height of technology. And my friend also just got the Cybertruck. I haven't been in that yet. Has anybody been in a Cybertruck? Because it looks like you're in a spacecraft. And I would love for someone to drive me home like that. Just like, oh, drive me home, I'm tired. But anyway, let's say, have you ever seen Casey Armstrong's live stream? He's pals with Vince the Evil Lawyer. Now, it turns out Vince the Evil Lawyer is not really Vince the Evil Lawyer. I did not know that. And I don't know. I know that guy. I know him from somewhere else. Like his name was in way before his name was in my phone way before like the Dabbleverse. I'm talking about the guy that just really wreaks havoc on people being a lawyer. Wow, this is sad. Why Drunk Mop? Just doing a little broadcast before the weekend, get things started. Rob was supposed to come. Rob Saul is supposed to come on. I don't know where he's at. Are you coming on? Oh my God, I hate typing. So somebody was watching the show yesterday, and they thought I was the way I handled the threat that was thrown on my lap about this guy Karmic. I don't know much about him, but I've heard a lot of weird things that he's a little late to getting laid game, a little delay, like 42 years. And it's kind of sad. I pity that. That's horrible. White Knight has something to say. He has been involved with Stern and the Whack Packers since the K-Rock days. Maybe that's why. He's one of those guys. Oh. So, okay, we got an insult coming in. Here we go. Where is it? Played. I think I might have. See, someone else needs to be doing this. Okay. You have a face like a dropped cake. Okay. Thank you. Anonymous. Hide behind your. Okay, I'm on. There we go. Hot damn. Everybody. The great Rob Saul. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? How are you, buddy?
All right. I was just told that I have a face like a dropped cake.
A dropped cake? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how that works.
Well, that's Dabbleverse for you.
Yeah. Well, everybody's saying you're looking so good. I don't know what you look like beforehand. There was some speculation that you went away. Did you go to jail?
No, I didn't go to jail.
Did you go to college?
No.
As they call it on the street?
No, I told everybody I went to treatment.
Oh, treatment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you have a little issue?
Yeah. A little drinking and drugging issue.
Okay.
Here, I'll show you a picture of me the day I checked into treatment. Why everybody says I look so different. This is my check-in picture at treatment. Here, let me put it up to the camera. See if you can see that.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you're two different people.
Yeah. So,
Well, good for
yeah.
you, man. So
Yeah.
I would like to just go just to get away for a while and just lose the weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 I mean, that's they had a gym and a pool there. It was in Florida, so
Yeah.
I was swimming every day. They took us to the beach every Saturday. It was, it was a nice place.
Well, did you have like a bottom moment that you had to go? Like
Uh,
was that, or you just had enough?
yeah, I guess it's just enough. I mean, a lot of it was shows covering me, and I would watch it back. And I remember one night when I thought I was, I Googled my name, and it was just a bunch of people, saying awful things about me, and I was. Looking at videos of myself making a fool of myself, and I'm like, geez, I got a kid that could like look up and see this stuff. So
Wow.
I decided it was time to make a permanent change.
See, this guy's. It's hard to get through life without some type of issues. Thank you, White Knight Cutlass. That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I've seen a couple of things that I saw myself, and I was like, oh, when you're doing it, you're thinking you're just like so funny or so prolific, and then you watch it another time, and you're just like, ooh, I got to
Yeah,
stay away from the camera after a couple of vodkas. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But I know. I did a show back, and Who Are These Podcasts covered me, and they still think I'm a lolcow. But whatever. I mean, I don't claim to have like some profound, you know, um, high production value show. I mean, um, I
We're in
think
the
they're
Dabbleverse for fuck's sake.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, they don't do anything but watch other shows and make fun of them. I mean, they're not doing there's no con content except watching other people's content that they think is dumb.
Yeah, I sort of got a really clear idea yesterday of someone who called me that's very much into the Dabbleverse that explained to me that like how he listens to all the shows. He does a lot of work where he's busy and he likes to listen while he's doing his job. So he's like, yeah, if you're gonna put somebody up, you should say their name in the question so it makes more sense. And I just think there's a lot of people are listening, but you gotta be more descriptive about how you answer the questions and who their names and everything. So I kind of get it. And I got it with Shuli's today too, where I noticed that they keep the super tips to a certain point. They like let them build up, and then they answer the super tips, and it's a whole new way of broadcasting. I'm getting used to, and it's not like I can't do it, but I do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you got to get used to. Like, yeah, and then White Knight Cutlass says you have to realize we're Stern fans, and Stern was mostly about busting balls. Same
Oh
thing.
yeah.
It's a lot of Opie and Anthony and Stern fans in the Dabbleverse, so they're going to be, brutal.
Were you a big Stern fan?
Yeah, I was a huge Howard Stern fan.
Okay, because I put this up earlier before you hear, but this is a
Yeah.
picture I found. It was Robin Quiver's book signing.
Oh, nice.
So there's me and John and Gary and Fred, Billy West, and R.I.P. Ralph.
Billy West, I still actually right before I went to treatment, I was listening to old Billy West on the Howard Stern show, and those are just my favorite. Him calling in as Jane Curtin. This one bit he did where I guess she was in a movie where she played a racist and she used a Boston accent, and Billy called in as Jane Curtin. I mean, it was just fucking hilarious. I don't. Billy West was amazing on that show.
I had something to do with Billy West. Not leaving the Stern show, but yeah, indirectly because Ren and Stimpy was so popular, and he had no idea, and he didn't understand how when he started doing all those bits and shit live on the air, that not only were we laughing so hard we couldn't answer the phones, but everybody that called in was absolutely bugging out about how funny he was. And I was always, unbeknownst to me, just really encouraging him and explaining to him that how everybody loves him and how popular Ren and Stimpy was. And I said, dude, there's people, all they do, there were like 10 friends of mine. We'd all get together, smoke so much weed and just watch the same Ren and Stimpy tape over and over and over again and laugh just as hard we did the first time. So I would tell him this shit. And then, he wanted to be full time, and they only let him on for 3 days a week. And I think he was getting, due to the popularity of Ren and Stimpy, he was getting phone calls left and right from Hollywood, like, "Come out here, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And when the day that he went to Mel Karmazin, I was there, and I wasn't in the office with him, but I remember sitting across from Gary in the office, and I was across the hall, and Billy West walked in and shut the door. And then Billy West, he waved to me, and he walked down the hall, and he left. And then Gary came into where I was and shut the door, and he was like, "Billy West just quit." And I was
Yeah.
like, because Karmazin wouldn't put him on full time. If Mel Karmazin would have like said, "Okay, well, let's get a contract," I think things would have been a lot different for Billy West. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, those were the years I loved was Billy West and Jackie and
Yeah.
starting Anya.
Someone had some kind words to say to you from Compound Media. Congrats. No shame in yourself. Stick with it. You sound like you've done some legitimate self-reflection. Glad to hear you're thinking of your kid and taking care of yourself. Respect.
Thank you. Who is that? That's not
Compound
what.
Media. That's some nice words, especially from some people out here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's there are people that are still kind of like bashing me and stuff, but I mean, it's been I would say 80% positive feedback I've been getting since I got back, and it means a lot because you don't expect it in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, we got a super tip here. You have a face like a depressed turtle. I'll take your $3 and go buy a Coke. Yeah, yeah. Not Coke. Hey, Coke. I don't trust drugs out here. I wouldn't do any blow out here. I don't know anybody like that I would trust to offer it. Not that I've been off the powder for a while. Not that it was like a big issue, but well, I hung out at a bar where it was just readily available whenever you wanted it. There was never a person that didn't have like a little blue package in their pocket.
Yeah,
But
uh,
I don't miss it and I don't crave it. So
I liked Grillo's book. I liked your book, Grillo.
I appreciate that as well. Someone hunting me down about my book.
Like I said, Steve Grillo's book sucks.
If you can read, then you must have read the wrong book.
No, I like it. Yeah, that's why I enjoyed it too, because it was I was always a early Stern fan. I still listen to Stern. I mean, not as much as I used to. I mean, I know it's not as good as it was like back in the day, but I still, it's just it's comfortable for me. I've been listening to Howard Stern since I was like 6, 7 years old.
I have a story because when he was on NBC, that was the hottest radio station in the world that back then. It was like I miss in the morning Howard Stern all day. It was Uncle was it. No, wasn't cousin Brucey wasn't on there, but it was like when Soupy Sales and they had this big Wolfman Jack. It was like I remember having the bumper sticker on the car, the family car, and I remember listening to Howard Stern. We'd be in the car all day, hot, sweaty, no air conditioning, and so he used to have that commercial where he'd be like, "Hey, shave that thing with Potager," and I guess it was sort of like shaving cream for your vagina. And so finally, after it was like one of his biggest sponsors, and they just talked about it all the time. Shave that thing. So finally, I said to my mom, "I don't understand. What's that thing?" And she was like, "That's it. No more Howard Stern."
Wow.
So yeah, but then I started listening in high school. I used to listen to the morning zoo on Z100. That was sort of like it was kind of goofy and stuff. And then I remember my aunt and uncle, they were relatively younger, like only 6 years older than me. They were like, "You're not listening to Howard Stern. Are you crazy?" And so like one day I just flipped it over and I was like, "Oh my God!" Well, I couldn't stop listening.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I actually started because I saw somebody in the chat too said they about talking about the Channel 9 show. That's what I started watching when I was a kid. I would sneak up at night and watch the Channel 9 show. I didn't even know Howard had a radio show, and then when the Channel 9 went off the air and Richard Bay came on instead, I
Oh,
remember I remember complaining to my stepdad, and he goes, "Well, he has a radio show," and he's like, "We can get it from Philly," and I was like, "All right." So I used to, I'm in South Jersey, so not in Philly, so I would have to tape my radio antenna a certain way where it would pick up the signal real good.
well, yeah, Philadelphia. They were the best fans. White Knight Cutlass said something nice again. What'd they say? You can take all this stuff to heart. We see an opening and have to go in for the kill. Most of us don't mean it personally. Just have some fun. He'll roast the shit out of each other. He'll.
Hell we
Okay,
rate
there we
we
go.
roast the shit out of each
Hell,
other.
we roast the shit out of each other. It's
Yeah,
fun being dyslexic. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. And
So, yeah, I just remember when I remember the first time I heard like John and Ganji on the air, and I was like, if those two motherfuckers could do it, so could I. You know, like that was sort of part of my like inspiration. I was like, Mike Ganji was just a regular kid from Queens. I was like, I'm just a regular kid from Brooklyn. I can fit right in, you know. And
Yeah.
I obviously, if I took the personal comments, I wouldn't put them up for $3. I don't take it that personally. It just every once in a, just let someone breathe every once in a while. But I get it. I never went on the air, and there was nothing ever complimentary every time I went on the air. It doesn't surprise me. I get it.
Yeah.
Scotty Saunders in the house. What's going on, pal? I'll put you up. There you go.
Scotty Saunders.
He's a good friend of mine.
Oh,
Very dedicated friend, but an even bigger fan. No, bigger. He's a very dedicated fan, but a bigger friend.
all right. Well, hi there, Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty. So you got plans for the weekend? I guess you're not going to the bar.
No bar. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm still in early recovery, so I haven't been like going out to bars and stuff with friends. I mean, eventually, if something's at an event, I'll go out. And I haven't even been tempted. I bartend for a living, so I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So it's not like being around alcohol is giving me the jitters or anything.
I bartended since I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
when
understand.
I'm at work, I just look at it like like a product.
Is it at a chain or is it a personal individually owned bar?
I,
Or?
I work for a local 54 union, Atlantic City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I always wanted to get in the bartenders union. In New York, they call it what something the Order of the Apron.
Oh,
There's a society. My uncle Mike, God rest his soul, he was the typical Irish bartender, big redheaded guy with a big handlebar mustache, always wore the apron. And that's sort of where I was his bar back when I was 15. And he'd take a bathroom break, and I'd go back and start making drinks. And that turned into bartending at Restaurant Brunelli on the Upper East Side. And then from there, I just started doing nightclubs. I was in nightclubs before I went to Brunelli's, to be honest with you. Did you want to talk to Peanut Butter here about this?
what's that? Did you?
Peanut Butter, did you and Kiki officially squash the beef?
I don't know. I went on right before I went to treatment. I was on Stuttering John's show, and Keanu and Ava were on there, and they like ambushed me and were very nasty, and it was like a big fight. And I don't know, but Keanu unblocked me from Twitter last night and followed me, and then was saying nice things in my chat room. So listen. I'm not holding grudges against anybody. So yeah, I guess it's squashed.
Oh, well, happy days are here again.
Yeah, I listen. I'm done fighting with people. I did enough of that when I was using. I'm not looking to come on here and have beefs and wars with all these different people.
Yeah, isn't it exhausting?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Exhausting.
What's your take on this karmic guy? Because I don't understand, like, where's this guy coming
Karmic.
from?
Gosh, he's been like my last couple shows because the guy is just a mark, and he believes everything that the chat says. So everybody, just for clips for my show, they've been going in his chat room and super chatting. Like Rob Saul said this, and it's something I never said, and he'll go off on a fucking tangent and clip. There's actually one I saw Pat Dixon and Mersh talking about. He told his audience. Apparently, I didn't see the clip, but apparently, someone, my producer, confirmed that he heard him say it. That Karmic said he was going to show his dominance over me by ejaculating in my face.
God, that's fucking.
That seems a little.
My monkeys do that, don't they? Yeah, he seems like a short buzz candidate.
Yeah, he's not all there.
It's a shame because when I did his show, we seemed to have like a nice rapport. He asked the right questions, and we sort of went back and forth, and it was cool. And then he kindly offered to help me with super tips last weekend, and I don't care. I wasn't mad that he didn't come through, but everybody's got a life. I always expect if someone's going to help me with something, they're doing me a favor, and if they can't do it, how could I get mad at them for it? Like the fact that you offered, that's great. But if I was paying him, that would be a different story. But then he said, apparently someone, I guess, I kind of see what people are doing. They're just, I kind of used to do this. I'm the oldest of like 16 grandkids. So my cousins, me and my cousin, we were the oldest, and we used to fuck with the younger kids and go, what blah 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 said about your mom, and then go to the other person and go, blah 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 said about your dad. And before Christmas dinner was open, they were like at each other's throats, just pitting each other against each other, and just sitting back and watching these fucking two little kids want to rip their throats out.
No, used to the Dabbleverse.
It's the same thing that I did when I was a kid. You whisper into somebody's ear, yo, you know what they said, and then you go to the other person, you know what they said, and then no one said anything, and they want to kill each other because this guy wants to beat me up now or something.
Carmix is like, he's been. They sent me 3 clips for my show yesterday, just different times in the day of him going on and on about me because he responds to everything that people say about me in the chat, and he goes nuts. I wrote this down because I knew I'd forget it. That's why I was pulling up. He called me a grinny, demented squirrel motherfucker. I don't know what grinny means. He also called me pigless too. I don't know what pigless means.
Maybe he's starting his own language.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's just not right in the head. He's mentally, he's not all there. He might have a touch of the tism.
Yeah, karmatism. Karmatism.
Yeah,
there's a new name someone can come up as on one of your change one of your aliases to karmatism.
Karmatism, yeah.
I was looking for a name, buddy. Thanks.
And they'll go in. Somebody will go in and say, "Hey, Rob Saul called you," and like make up something I didn't say on Steve Grillo's show, and he'll go like fucking 10 minutes screaming and yelling about it.
Yeah. The guy yells like a mental patient. Anybody that yells like that has got to be slacking in intelligence, where you can't calm yourself down and make a rational thought without screaming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's fucking Pat Dixon's ex-girlfriend that was like still obsessed with him, and I guess they showed the room. They're sleeping in separate beds. Apparently, he couldn't come for her when he was trying to have sex with her for the first time, and she videotaped him doing karaoke and uploaded it. And I mean, it's awful. It's like ridiculous. He's doing the gay fruity dance moves. He's cracking. He's got all these gay strobe lights on him, and he's singing Michael Jackson "Rock with You." If you get a chance, look it up. It's a fucking disaster.
Shuli played something this morning about he's like on the beach and he's by the Atlantic Ocean. It's like March, and he's like, I was just swimming. I was like, you're not swimming in March in the fucking Atlantic Ocean. Wherever he was, Atlantic, Pacific. I don't know where the hell the guy was. I guess he was mesmerized because he's never been out of his comfort zone. And I guess he was. I think he was East Coast. I think he might have been in the Hamptons. And he was just like, just sitting there smoking cigarettes on the beach, which you're not supposed to do. Someone should report him.
Oh yeah. I play by my own rules. I have my own code. It's like he's such a badass. Yeah, I was going to the beach I was on the beach for the first time ever on Valentine's Day when I was in Florida. Like
really?
Oh yeah, it's nice. I mean, it was.
Wait, but you live in Atlantic City, no?
Yeah, but I went to treatment in Florida.
I know, but you said you've been on the beach before, though, right?
Oh yeah. I said I'm not on a Valentine's Day though. That's February 14th.
Oh, okay.
Here in Jersey, we don't go to the beach in February.
Yeah, no. Valentine's Day is the worst fucking day. And even when I was with somebody, I'm so glad not to be with somebody on Valentine's Day. The pressure is off. Yeah. It is like one of those days where if you don't perform, if you don't do everything perfectly, you will get shit on for the rest of the year. It's you ruined Valentine's Day. I can't. I'm so happy to be single. You have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a date for Valentine's Day in quite a few years. Yeah, but I've been happy. I like living. Even if when I'm ready to start dating again, I don't want to move in with anybody. I like living alone.
Oh yeah. Dude, I've been living alone for a while, probably since COVID. I had a roommate I had this dope ass apartment on 51st Street between 9th and 10th. It had a roof deck and everything, and then my roommate literally just bolted. Not even like And how do you find a roommate during COVID?
Yeah.
It doesn't really happen. So I literally sat in my apartment. I had my little beer and liquor sales job that was giving me health insurance. I was making money from the podcast when I had the studio. I was making a couple grand a month with my sponsors. This is before the Dabbleverse. This is like when I was one. I can't say I was the first, but I think I was one of the first podcasters to start recording with cameras and everything before they had all this.
Yeah.
And so that's why I had big numbers, because I was getting good guests, and I had this guy Jim getting me all these great guests and stuff like that. But the medium wasn't flooded the way it is right now. Like you can see everybody's got a podcast now.
Yeah, I started doing a podcast. I mean, not video, but in like 2009. And I used to be able to get good guests. I'd just reach out to their publicists, and they would come on because they didn't know what it was. They thought I was obviously somebody if I was doing a show. But now I can't get guests like that, like A-list guests anymore, because they know everybody has a podcast in their basement,
Yeah.
But when I first got into it, where everybody didn't have one, I was able to book like really good guests.
Oh, I had some A-list people roll through. Well, there's some of them were friends, like the Sopranos and shit like that. But
Yeah.
like I had one of the big wrestler. What the hell is his name? A big wrestler came on. Like he was one of Chris Jericho came on my show. Yeah. And I had like Gianni Russo, who told a story about getting laid with Marilyn Monroe. Like they were really big guys. My favorite was like Jerry Cooney. You know who that is, right? He's the boxer. He was the Great White Hope. Yeah, no, it was kind of a cool day for me because my dad grew up a big boxing fan, and Jerry Cooney was like one of his favorites. And he came. I brought my dad up that day, and he got to meet Jerry Cooney, and what a nice guy. He came back on again because we did such a good job. He liked coming on, and the first thing he says is, "How's Dad doing?" Like, who fucking remembers that,
Yeah. Wow.
So we got somebody jumping in. Opie must be so jealous. He has to pay Ron the waiter and Tony P to get 20 people watching in his live stream. Opie writes a script for Ron to bring up Cumia and Norton. That's a fact, Jack.
I don't know. Yeah, there's people, I don't know. Everybody has their ideas of what's going on in the Dabbleverse. It's funny because when they come up with an idea in the Dabbleverse, they just like repeat it like it's fact. Like they make up a story in their head of what's going on in somebody's life. But I don't know. Like I hear they're saying like Opie's family left him. I don't know. There's no proof of that.
No, I like them both. Again, I hate when people tell me I got to pick a side, but I did Opie's show and my book came out, and another instance where we both have a lot of mutual friends, and he was nothing but respectful. We did a great show, yeah. And he invited me back on. I just never made it back on there, but I watch. He comes up on my feed all the time. He just seems like he does a lot of self-reflecting on his show.
Yeah, he has me blocked. I don't like. Yeah, I never listened to Opie and Anthony because I was like a hardcore Stern fan. But then I got Compound Media once. Artie was doing a show for a little bit with Anthony, and then I ended up having Anthony Cumia on my show. And Anthony Cumia is a funny fucking guy. I mean,
yeah, he is.
The guy is great. I mean, I'm a fan of his humor.
Yeah, no, he's a sick bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Cooney was popular. Yeah. Sorry, I'm surprised Jerry Cooney's sparked such concern. Jerry Cooney was considered the Great White Hope at one point of his career. That's correct.
Yeah.
The Great Night Cutlass. That's a nice. Is that your car, buddy? That's a dope ass car. Everybody had those cars in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's funny. Some of these guys got great shows. There's a guy called the Quad Father. That's a great.
Oh yeah, I've done that show. BYB, right? Yeah, the guy in the wheelchair.
I haven't met him. I asked her. He's going to come on next week at some point. I might have a big Stern guest next week. I'm this close. I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx it, but it will be epic.
Is it Howard himself?
Yeah, right. Not after the shit I said about it. Truth hurts. Yeah, imagine that. You know what? It would just be if you just said, Steve, I'm sorry that I let that happen. Here's $500,000. I'd shake his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He's not giving anybody any. I
Yeah, he
think
gave me my last day on the show. He gave me $2,000.
oh yeah?
And he was bragging about like, Robin, I wrote the kid a check. I gave him $2,000. That $2,000 barely got me to Los Angeles.
Yeah. Jeez. What's that?
Yeah, do we want to listen? Somebody sent me some clips of Karmic. I don't know if I want to really give this guy that much attention.
I mean, listen, I enjoy, although I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a
Hold on.
Carmix fan. I kind of am a Carmix fan because it makes me laugh watching him. He's, it's kind of like, but I feel guilty. It's kind of like laughing at a retarded kid or something. But
Yeah. Did you ever see that clip? It's with oh my God, what's his name? Who played Archie Bunker?
Carol,
Carol O'Connor when he had that show when he was a cop.
in the heat
It
of
was
the night.
in the heat of the night, and I guess they brought somebody in for having sex with a girl, and the guy goes, "You had sex with her," and the guy goes, "She was 18," and then Carol O'Connor, in typical Carol O'Connor fashion, goes, "She was retarded."
Oh yeah, I just saw that clip. Yeah, she was retarded. Yeah.
She was retarded. So that's just kind of like he might be of age, but he's still retarded. You can't fuck with him.
My friend who I've had on the show quite a bit, Bill Champlin. He used to be one of the lead singers in Chicago. He actually sings the theme song to "In the Heat of the Night."
Oh, okay.
The Carol O'Connor show, the song that plays in the beginning.
Yeah. You know that the end part of that shit, All in the Family has words as well.
Oh yeah, what's
Yeah, that's
that?
a whole big long song. All right, so hold on. Let's see what happens.
I just search around and look here and look there, and I hate it when you unplug something, you plug it back in, and then it takes a complete shit. That doesn't sound like a reasonable way to create hardware and stuff.
Yeah, okay, I'm done. Thank you very much, whoever sent that to me. I know who you are. I don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to.
I've never used this software you're using. You can't put up like the video clips or.
It used to be with StreamYard, I could put up a whole bunch
Yeah.
of clips on the bottom and pull them up. And now if I put something up, it'll take that picture away. Like, and I just I haven't fully StreamYard. I was doing pretty good. I got it. I had it down pretty pat. I just figured out everything by accident, like I'm doing now, and didn't have many people showing me. But I do have American Cupcake. He's like my Jedi. I'm his Padawan. There's a couple of things that I want to get. I want to be able to put the QR code up here, and then I realized that with you can with EV Mux, which is the worst name I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You could also stream on live from Instagram and everything. You can go live on all those channels, Facebook and X and Twitter and TikTok, all at the same time. That's what I gotta figure out next.
Yeah, I don't know how to use this program because I use StreamYard, but yeah, in the Dabbleverse, they like you to react to clips talking about yourself. Like if people talk bad about you, they like you to put the clip on the screen and react. That's what I do. Like, I watch the Karmic clips for them or some
Yeah.
WATP or whoever's like trashing me. I watch it and they like to get all fired up, I guess.
I've said this before. It's like, in my world, getting clipped is never a good thing. You got clipped, that means someone robbed you. You got clipped, that means someone killed you. You got clipped, that means someone hit you in the back. It's so when I started this whole thing, not knowing really what I was getting into, only like a week and a half ago, everybody's like, "You're getting clipped like crazy." I'm like, "Well, what do I do about it?" They're like, "No, that's a good thing." I'm like, "Who's fucking clipping me?" No, they're like, "No, it's how the system works."
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Hold
good.
on, Voltaire. I like the Voltaire. It sounds like a woman's name. I think Voltaire, Volva. I don't know. Grillo, don't move going on at the same time. Who's MLC?
Kevin Brennan's show. That's like the most popular show I think in the Dabbleverse.
Oh, I don't know what time he goes on. I think I'm doing it on purpose.
Well, they're just saying that's where everybody's at. Like, if
Then how about this? Why don't we all organize like a fucking union and pick slots and then stick your slots? I don't give a fuck.
Dabbleverse Union, they all hate.
Yeah.
All the shows hate each other. I mean, they're not gonna. do that. I mean, when Kevin Brennan was fighting with Bob Levy, he would purposely go on every time Bob went to try to take his audience away.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not trying to take anybody's audience. I'm sure they're doing the. Grillo's on the show talking about how he specifically came on just to fucking take your audience. I can't take his audience. His audience is huge. Kevin's very well respected, radio personality. I would never step on his shoes, but it's not like there's rules here.
I don't know if he's well respected, but
well, he's been around the block. How about that?
Yeah, no, he's funny. Kevin's a funny guy too.
I did his show when he was on Compound Media. He's vicious. Why would I want to screw with someone like Kevin Brennan? I'm not that guy.
Yeah, he called my bankruptcy lawyer one time and told my bankruptcy lawyer that I fuck dogs.
Yeah, he's not afraid to drop a lot of words that are politically correct.
Yeah.
That I kind of was like, well, MLC will purposely try and take people's audience. Well, MLC, is that the name of his show?
Yeah, Misery Loves Company. They call it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I'll go on whatever I feel like going on, but if I'm not trying to. But does he go on? Because usually Stuttering John goes on about right now. No.
Kevin was always on. I think he used to do like 4:30, start 4:30 and 5 and do a few hours. I don't know. That's when I used to do the show on a semi-regular basis. But then once I started doing John's show, he hated me. Kevin is like, he's territorial when you get on his show. If you go on any.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. He's Hunter New York One he's interviewing Karen Feldman, who was the producer for Stuttering John's movie. WATP had her on. I guess she's getting paid handsomely to spill the beans about SJ.
Oh boy,
Hunter New York One. Yeah, we should just get off. No one's watching this. Everybody's over there.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
because Kevin pays. It makes a lot of money. So if he really wants you on, he'll throw a big number out at you.
Oh wow.
So yeah, did you see that? I didn't. That was the same episode that they were trashing me. After they were done with me, they interviewed this. I guess it was Stuttering John's manager or assistant during the One Too Many movie. And I guess she was like spilling the beans about his hookers and drug use or something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
That's kind of messed up. Yeah. Because when I hung out with him, there was no hookers and your drug use. That's fucked up.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah, you didn't invite me to the party, motherfucker. Yeah, man. Shit. How did I miss out on that boat?
Yeah. Have you met Joey C yet?
I haven't come across. I might have met him. Everybody's got different names here, so I don't know.
Oh no, Joey C did a show. He's something. He says he's running for president.
Okay. I haven't met him. I heard that there's somebody that's running for president.
Yeah. I don't know how that worked. I think him and his wife have been in and out of jail a ton of times, but I think so. That's from what I've heard. I don't know Joey C. He's always nice to me, but so I'm not talking bad about him, but I'm pretty sure that there's some criminal history there. Not that, I'm coming out of rehab, so who am I to judge anybody? I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, that's what they taught you well. Yeah, Rob. Voltaire, 325. The news states that Stuttering John's attorney have stopped working on his frivolous lawsuit. I didn't know there was a lawsuit.
Oh yeah, did the attorney really drop it? Is that a fact? I don't know.
I saw something on Twitter, but I didn't understand it, so I just kept going. There was something highlighted about I read some of the highlighted part where it was like, I guess, 4 of the witnesses, their statements were way too similar.
Oh, yeah. I guess. Well, yeah. John was suing Carl from WATP and Shuley. But Dr. Steve started a GoFundMe to pay like the legal bills, and I mean, how much did that get up to? Somebody put in the chat it was a lot of money they got for that.
Who, Shuley?
Shuley and Carl, yeah, the GoFundMe for their legal funds for Stuttering John's lawsuit.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know anything about all of that. That's just it's taken it to another level. It doesn't need to be taken to. Yeah, someone knows. No Gusto at No Gusto. It was filed today. SJ has 2 attorneys and they aren't responding.
Mm.
And then the White Knight Cutlet says he's a goof. Dude's on disability because he says he can't work, but wants one of the most complicated jobs in the world, running the United States.
Oh,
Oh,
John,
talking
Jerry
about
said,
Joe C.
yeah.
I think that's great. Ross Perot ran for president. He was a
There's the amount they got. Carl and they get $37,000 they raised.
30K, and SJ was so mad. Is Voltaire, are you a male or female? Or you're not allowed to ask those questions anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you? Some kind of homophobe or
Yeah.
transphobe or what do they call it? I don't know.
How did it get like this, bro?
Yeah. Why are you assuming someone's gender?
Yeah. Oh my God! Did you see? Shuli was playing this morning, and I had seen a clip of it. The transgender lawyer that was in the courtroom, and as soon as it got real, because he was held in contempt, and didn't comply to the cops when they tried to put the cuffs on him, and they had to bring him to the ground, and all of a sudden, excuse me. And when they brought him to the ground, the first thing that came out was, "I want a female cop."
No, geez.
You can't make this shit up. I'm a man. No, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
It changes real quick when you don't comply with the police.
Yeah, Voltaire is a man.
Voltaire is a man. Well, Voltaire's here. I appreciate Voltaire's here a lot. He stops by and says hello. I'm surprised that dude Ryan's not here, who just doesn't let me breathe.
Doesn't let you breathe.
Every word that comes out of my mouth, he's got something to say. But now I kind of miss him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I try to do about an hour or so. I don't, I'm still getting my chops back, Rob. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm getting my sea legs.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I came on. I've just been kind of hanging out, and now somebody's been sending me stuff to play. But I want to get a more organized format. But I guess that Ava went on Stuttering John's show. They sent me a clip of that yesterday, saying she was worried about my show because I never have anything prepared. But I tell people I have nothing prepared for you today. I'm just coming on to say hi. We'll go over this, But because I was reformatting before I went to treatment, and I have a female co-host coming on. We have a format we'll be doing soon. But right now I'm just kind of doing some Dabbleverse stuff, I guess.
Oh, it's here.
That's it.
Of course, Voltaire. Ryan is watching that. You do not. Of course, everybody's watching that. So, on that note, buddy, I'm going to start my weekend.
Yeah.
My car is in the shop right now, so my buddy lent me his Cadillac Escalade, so I'm riding home in style tonight, son.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming on. If you ever need me in a pinch, I got your back, buddy.
Gotcha. Thank you, man.
Ava hates Rob. Ava hates a lot of people. I went on John's show with Ava, and she was very, very nice to me. Then all of a sudden, she turned on me. Must have thought I was a court officer or something.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. But, just you can follow me over at Rob Saul Show. So thank you.
So Oscar Electric said, Rob, people don't show up to your show for an organized format, FYI.
I know.
Like I said, they like your disheveled format.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like talked off the cuff. I answer their questions. I'm always super honest with everybody. I'm very, I'm an open book. I don't lie. I don't stretch the truth, or, I'm open and honest with everybody.
Yeah, Nuga. I felt bad. I didn't know that Nuga was Shuli's name for his mom, I guess. And this guy, and he was going to come on the other day. And right before I guess I announced he was coming on, and Shuli texted me. He goes, "That's the name of my dead mother." And I went, "Oh,
wow." Yeah,
I was like, I don't like going down that road. You know what I'm saying? When it's someone's death or children involved or family. So I was I was a little freaked out.
You see what Shuli does with Stuttering John. I mean, it's the same thing. If John were to text you, if it was the other way around and John were to text you like, hey, don't do this. They have my kid's name or something up there.
He's not like live on the air, but he's asked me, keep
Yeah.
my kid, try to
Yeah.
keep my kids out of the conversation, and
Yeah, but
I would agree because I don't think that this is way too serious.
yeah.
We're a bunch of fucking idiots fooling around on YouTube. Come on. And now it's going to get personal. They're taking people's personal information and putting it out there. But we keep it like here in the forum. Keep it in the ring. You know.
Yeah, 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 but I don't know. It just seems weird that to me that Shuli would text that and be upset with the stuff they kind of do. But I don't know. I don't know. It seems a lot of contradicting. There was a that ambush I told you about with Ava and Keanu. I got mad and I started calling Ava a big ugly man. Because transgender.
Yeah.
And Shuli and Carl went on and they're like, you know what? Rob is just a terrible person. Like he didn't need to go that far and stuff like that. Then I watched maybe a few weeks ago, and Anthony Kumi is on and calls Ava a big ugly man, and they're like, ah!
Oh my God! Yeah, okay. Hey, Hunter, New York. He said I should invite you up to my trailer, which I will do that. But I just saw I've been bored out here, so when I usually finish my show, I bought a compound bow, and I've been to the range. So I don't know if you can see. That's some pretty goddamn good group in there, buddy.
No.
Yeah, I've been at the range. I got 3 in the middle, right in the bullseye. So that's my new hobby out here is going to the archery range and shooting. I went a couple of days ago. They have the main competition. They have a big archery competition here in Vegas this weekend, and everybody there was usually there's 4 or 5 people and there's 20 positions that you could stand in, and every position was filled except for one I got to go in, but everybody that was there was a professional a competition archer, and they were just my holes were all over the place, and I once I get sighted in, I'm pretty good in a group about that big, but you get the ones that go around every once in a while, and these guys were hitting the same hole on all 3 targets, like there was no other holes. It was just they were getting the bullseye every single time.
Yeah. I want to do that. I want to start learning how to shoot.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to do that. That's my next thing. Scott's on. It's too bad I was aiming for the other side. Thanks a lot, Scotty.
Bob says Rob Saul stinks. I just took a shower today.
Yeah, I now that I'm, dude, when I was depressed, before I came out here, it was just really bad. I was living in this crappy apartment in the best part of Manhattan. A crappy apartment in the best part of Manhattan, still a great apartment. For me, it was just crappy. And just sort of just in a dark hole. And now that I have a washer dryer and everything, I shower and do laundry every other day. I shower every day. It's great. But I was stuck in just a really dark place, and it's what do I need to shower for? Where am I going?
Yeah.
Now I get up every day, I make my bed, I take a shower, brush my teeth, make some breakfast, and I just come here and start working on shit.
I'll tell you what. Since I was there too before I went to treatment. I let myself go my weight, and all I wore was sweats and a work uniform. And now I can go in my closet and get clothes that fit me again. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back to my skinny clothes. Well, I'm glad you're doing good. It's not easy, and you accomplished more than most. Remember that.
Well, one day at a time, I'll do this. But thank you, Gorilla. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna go start enjoying the weekend. It's early. I left my bow case in my truck. I'm pissed off. But you guys have a good weekend. Be safe. Go watch Brennan's show. I'm sure it's gonna be a good one. And thank you for anybody that stuck around. But go watch Brennan's show. I'm sure it's going to be what you guys look for. Shuli. One more. I'll take one more from Hunter NY. Shuli looked like a little nerd wearing his knapsack, crying to security about Sterling John wanting to interview him. Oh, I didn't see all that. And one more from White Knight Cutlass. I don't know how anyone lives in Manhattan in New York where everyone is stacked, piled in, little apartment. I'd go crazy. I did. And it wasn't fun, but I It was supposed to be just a little temporary thing, and it wound up being a little longer than I wanted to. But I'm out of there. I'm here in Vegas, and my apartment is bigger than I could possibly ever imagine here in Vegas, and I'm paying less money than I was in New York. So on that note, everybody have a great weekend. I'll be back here soon enough. I'll let you know. I'll put something up when I'm gonna come back on. Maybe do a show by the pool. There's rumors that Brendan got a secret message that he'll be playing on his show tonight. Oscar Electric, like a secret message from who? Oh, I'll talk to you later about that. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.